Unplug that. Hello, fellow palm nuts. Let's try that again. Thank God nobody's in there yet. I'm going to keep this one short. I just did one on Jungle Joe C, just announcing that the contest to win some palm seedlings for any of you people that are going to be the first to comment when this channel turns over to 31K. So it's getting close to 31K. So the first person to comment on the first video I upload when it hits 31K, Caleb, Palmy Caleb in Redmond, how you doing, man? We'll get some palm seedlings from me. So hope everybody had a great day. Beautiful here today, nice and sunny. Started off misty, kind of foggy. You can see in the photos I posted on Facebook, but not a bad day. Right now it's about 7.8 degrees Celsius. So today we're up around, I think around 10 degrees, something like that. So at work. Oh, you're at work right there. Oh yeah. What were you doing again? Where were you? Were you working in a food place? Oh, I'm hungry, man. I'm kind of waiting for dinner right now. Are you at a food place? Is that where you work? I forget where you said where you work, but I think it's a food place. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would like to work at a food place right now because I'm hungry. Oh, pushing carts. Okay, well that's okay. How's the weather there? Is it okay? I guess it's all right. It's probably not much different than what we're having right here. So anyway, not bad here. We put some more Christmas lights on one of the palm trees. We took some old dead Christmas lights off and put some more Christmas lights on. So anyway, hopefully this live stream can continue at least for 10 minutes or so. And then I'm going to go down and eat some dinner. Nice weather, getting cold. Okay, yeah, so not cold here, not bad weather. About, like I say, 50, about 50 degrees Fahrenheit today. And temperature right now about 7.8 degrees Celsius. So it's around 46 right now, something like that. And it is clear out there, but I think the mist, the fog's going to come in. It's like you could hear the foghorns on the boats cruising by in the harbor. Hope that's not contagious. I'm yawning. So anyway, I went for a hike today. It was quite a nice hike in deep into the forest where it's nice and quiet. And that's what I do now that I'm not working. Done work, I can do what I want. So I might go put 2 weeks. Oh, the asthma. Oh, asthma. Wendy has a bit of asthma. I know her mom suffers asthma too. So, yeah, you got to be careful. I guess you got one of those puffer things. And, I kind of get short of breath too now, I find, when I'm climbing up big hills and stuff. So, anyway, yeah, if it bothers you, maybe it's not a good job for you. Maybe you should work in a food place where you can eat burgers. Ever thought about working at A&W or Dairy Queen or Jack in the Box or McDonald's? Brian, here for 30K. Here for 30K. Right on. So, like I say, you guys watch this channel. When this channel reaches 31K, it's coming up close. You got to keep the puffer on. Yeah, good for you, man. Good for you, Caleb. When this channel reaches 31K, 31,000 subscribers, which could be happening soon, could happen any day now. I don't know. Could happen a week from now. I'm going to upload. I upload videos every day, but the very first video I upload that day when it turns over to 31K, the first YouTuber, viewer, subscriber that comments on that video will win some palm seedlings. Okay, so keep your eyes open. And I mentioned that on my last channel. And I also want to make another announcement. Back in May, the History Channel contacted us. They did a Zoom with us, a gal that's a rep for the History Channel, Arts and Entertainment, A&E History Channel, contacted us regarding one of Wendy's videos she shot. Wendy shot a video of, and she titled it Bigfoot Sighting Near Port Renfrew. Now, the video was dissected by many YouTubers and like guys that dissect Bigfoot videos. And so the History Channel picked up on Wendy's video. So we went a Zoom call with this gal in Hollywood, California. And it was quite a long Zoom call. I think it was probably about a half hour. We did a Zoom call with her, maybe 45 minutes. And they said to her, if we are going to use your video in one of our upcoming shows on the History Channel, we will pay you for it. So yesterday or the day before, they contacted Wendy, the History Channel contacted her and said, yes, we want to use your videos. There's actually two videos. There's two parts to the video. So they want an invoice from her. They're going to give her $600 US for using her videos, which is good. So Wendy's happy about that. So anyway, on December 3rd on the History Channel, December 3rd on the History Channel, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, The Proof is Out There. I think the show is called The Proof is Out There. You will see Wendy's Bigfoot video on the channel and possibly me even talking about the video. That's so cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. One of my videos has been on, well, more than one of my videos has been on TV, but one of my videos has also been on the History Channel too. And it was about the haunted playground. So they contacted me and they said, Joe, I think that was last year. And they said, if we use your video on the channel, on our show, we will pay you. So they paid me, I think it was $350 US, 600. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they have to be loaded. Yeah. So they gave her $600 US. So which is $780, about 780 Canadian. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she should have. But she was just happy because you know what? She does it for a hobby. And she doesn't make a lot on her YouTube channel. She does make money on her YouTube channel, but $1,000 would have been even better. But hey, $600 US is about 700, close to $780 Canadian. And they paid me $350 US for one of my videos, The Haunted Playground, Paranormal Activity at the Playground. I think I titled it. It might be on this channel or it might be on my other channel, but it's called Paranormal Activity at the Playground. So, and it was on the History Channel on some paranormal show they had. And then I've had other videos. I've had several videos on the news over the years. I've had quite a few videos actually on the news. I think maybe about 5 of my videos have made the news. And one of Wendy's videos, two of Wendy's videos have made the news, but they never paid us for those. They just made the news. So that's pretty cool. So if we had the History Channel, then maybe I could watch it. But unfortunately, we don't have the History Channel. So I'm just putting that out there to you guys. If you guys get the History Channel, watch it December 3rd, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. And you can watch the show. I guess it's on Bigfoot, whatever. And like I say, I don't know what we saw that day, whether it's a Bigfoot or a bear standing on his hind legs, the rear end of an elk. I don't know. But it didn't look bear-like. It didn't look elk-like. So who knows what we saw that day, and she titled it Bigfoot Sighting, and that's just the way it goes. So it's kind of cool that a History Channel picked up on it. And I mean, that's a U.S. show, and this is a hot spot for Bigfoot. For people that do see Bigfoots, this is a Bigfoot hot spot. They say the Pacific Northwest. So if it was a Bigfoot we saw that day, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. If it wasn't, hey, no big deal, no skin on my back. She still made $600 off a video, which is pretty good, kind of like free money. And then we just want to draw today too. The local grocery store phoned us because every time they give you a receipt at one of our local grocery stores here, it's called Country Grocer. You put your name in a draw. You can win a coffee maker, which I've already won. You can win a big screen TV. You can win a kayak, blah, blah, blah. So we put it in the win free groceries. So, and it wasn't a lot of groceries we're going to win, but we got a $25 gift certificate. Wendy won today for groceries. So that's pretty good. So Wendy's on a roll. Maybe she should be buying a lottery ticket or going to Vegas if we could get out of the country. But we can't get out of the country, so we can't go to Vegas right now. We'll wait till things cool down, things get a little bit better, tone her down a notch, things crumble, we can go to Vegas. Anyway, I'm not going to be too long on this video. I just want to let you guys know that. So keep an eye on this channel for when I hit 31K, because one of you lucky viewers will win some palm trees. I will ship you some palm seedlings. If you are the first to comment on the first video I upload when I hit 31K. So that's the catch, right? So like I say, be observant. I don't know when I'm going to hit 31K. I see Wendy's getting closer to 5K on her channel. It just went up to 4.99. So it's getting up there. My Jungle Joe C seems to be just hanging in there. And then my other channel, BJ616, seems to hang in there at 807 subscribers. It goes up a little bit, maybe a couple of subscribers every month, or the subscriber every month, but not a lot. And I really don't care. That channel's just kind of sitting there in suspended animation. I started that channel in maybe 2007, 2008, something like that. So anyway, guys, we're going to roll out of here in 10 minutes, a 10-minute time mark. So it's just about at the 10-minute time mark. And then I'm going to go down and grab something. We're doing fish tacos today. Oh, here comes.
No, they're not here yet.
Well, what did Wendy make?
They're catching a fairy.
I just checked up your channel and it's at 499 now.
Oh,
It's just about, so like this is, and tell you what, if Wendy, hey Wendy, what are you going to give them? If you hit 5K, you guys subscribe to Wendy's channel. No, she needs, yeah, so what what are you going to give? If you hit 5K and you comment on one of her videos, she will send you a sticker.
How about if I get the person, the one that hits 10.
10K.
10 more, no, another 10.
Oh, is that we need another 10?
11 subs.
No, you don't need. You need less than that.
Yeah, I know.
No, you're at
I'm
499.
But how about
Oh,
if I
right.
to 5,010? And then whoever that person is will get
Oh, okay.
some
Wendy's going to do something too.
sticker and some.
This is my second live stream. I did one on Jungle Josie. So anyway, guys, I should roll out of here because Wendy just brought me an eggnog with cinnamon in it.
No, they're not here yet.
They're not here yet. Okay.
They're catching a ferry.
They're catching a ferry.
Yeah, they're actually, yeah.
I'm going to show you a cool tiki, guys. Okay, so this tiki right here was brought to me from Tonga, and it's carved out of, it might be coconut wood. It has my name on the back, which is kind of cool. So a guy in Tonga carved this tiki. Could be monkey pod wood too. I think that's kind of cool, isn't it? I like that. So that stays there. That's one of my favorite tikis. He was in the Navy and he traveled all over and bring me seeds. So, okay, see you later, Caleb. I'm going to roll too. I'll go to 12 minutes, drink a little bit of this eggnog. Cheers to you guys. Hope you guys all had a good Thanksgiving in the States. All my friends stateside. I know you probably did. Come and listen, my friend. Come and listen to what? How are you doing in there, my friend? Where? Oh, to your channel. I better listen to your channel after I finish this live stream. I will. And I will listen to your channel. Come and listen. Do shade and part shade T4 and grow greener. And yeah, they do. I find they do. It's interesting. The ones in the shade piece of me are more the fronds, the petioles are longer. And sometimes the fronds tend to be a little bit bigger. Not so stiff, the fronds. I find they kind of droop at the frond tips, but they always seem to be much greener. And we have some growing in full shade, part shade, full sun, dappled light. We have them growing all over the place. But I can tell you one story. We have one that was growing in shade for years. It's got about, I'm guessing about 12 feet of trunk on it right now. I grew it from seed. And it used to have the longest petioles in the world. Long petioles. So it was shaded by a giant Acer macrophyllum, a large leaf maple tree. So I ended up cutting the maple tree down. Now it's growing in full sun. So I noticed the new fronds after this, now for the last year or so, it's been growing in full sun. No more shade. It was growing in full shade. The petioles, the new growth coming, the petioles are, and the fronds are a bit smaller, but all the lower part of the palm has these extremely long petioles on it and big fronds. But the new growth now, because it's in full sun, are different than the original growth. So it's this bizarre looking palm. I'm gonna actually have to shoot a video of it. So it's got long petioles, you know, most of the way down, and then the new stuff on the top is shorter petioles and smaller fronds. And it's happy. It's green. I did fertilize it. I hit it with some 33-18. Then I gave it some triple 18, and I gave it some 24-4-12. Palm food slow release. So they're pretty happy. The palm trees are growing like gangbusters. The Trachycarpus palms. They are super happy. I'm going to upload a video of my bananas with protection. So we're going to show some of you northerners how I protect Musabaju bananas and how I've been doing it for a long time. So I've been growing bananas since the 1980s, Musabaju. And I used to use the cage method for, the first few years. And then I moved here and I started using the bubble wrap method. So I'll upload a video for you guys. It might go on early this morning. So maybe before I go to bed, I'll put it on and I'll set it as a premiere, and then you can see what I'm doing. And then I went down after I wrapped the trunks on them. I mulched the ground too, so I threw some maple leaves around them. I wasn't going to, but I got this bubble wrap sitting under our sun deck. It was looking ugly down there, so I says, yeah, I might as well use it. So I grabbed a roll of electrician's tape and I had it. It took me 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes max to do them. My bananas look like crap this year. They took a beating in the heat, in the drought. And one of them's actually pushing out a flower pod right now. So I didn't bother wrapping it. It's just it'll freeze down if it gets cold. Anyway, guys, maybe I'll roll because we're at 15 minutes. We're at 15 minutes. There's not really a lot of action in here. I'll check out Abdurrahman Hasim SAH, and we're going to see his channel there. Okay, we just want to see what he's talking about. We want to see what type. Maybe he's got music on there, something I should be seeing. Maybe there's UFOs on there. Who knows? Okay, guys, you take it easy, and man, that's good eggnog. Do you guys like eggnog? I think Wendy put some Sailor Jerry rum in there. If you guys know about Sailor Jerry, that's Sailor Jerry girl right there. That's the hula girl right there on Sailor Jerry. And man, whew, that is strong rum. Wowzers. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to strong booze. I really am not. I'm kind of like a cheap drunk. All it takes me is one beer and I'm feeling it. So, okay, guys, take her easy. Love you guys. Stay tuned for more live streams here on Banana JSSI, Jungle Joe C, my other channel. If it was rum, oh, you like rum or whiskey? I just sold a bottle of Scotch whiskey a month ago to one of the guys I worked with. He paid, what did I sell it for? Was it $70? It might have been $70. It was Glenlivet, and it was brought back to me from Scotland in 1998 or 99, and it was 12 years age Scotch whiskey back then. I don't think it ages any better in the bottle, but it was a big bottle. The big bottle at the liquor store here is over $90 Canadian, okay, which is about $10 American. So anyway, $90 Canadian for a big bottle of Glenlivet. So he drinks it. So I sold it to him, and he loves Glenlivet. So it was actually brought back from Scotland. It was still in the tube canister. And I mean, I have some booze on my shelf here that I will never drink because I really can't drink hard alcohol. It just, that's about as strong as I can. This eggnog with the Sailor Jerry spiced rum in it. It's not bad. And you know what? I do like the fufu drinks. When I go to Hawaii, I get a chi-chi or a margarita or a daiquiri or a blue Hawaiian. Some of these foofy, girly drinks. I know they're girly drinks. I like them. I'm not a big drinker at all. Like, it's really tough for me to even drink a beer in this weather. Like, when it's cool in the wintertime, nah. It'll have to be summertime on a hot day, then I could drink a cold beer. Yeah, I'm really not a big drinker at all. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I can go like a whole month or two without having a drink. And then if we have people over and we have pasta for dinner or something, I'll have a glass of red wine. That's about it. And I do like red wine. So sometimes we'll have red wine when we have pasta, which is good. Because we're getting close to the festive season, by the way, we put out our plastic snowman and our plastic Santa the other day. So those are out there, and hopefully that's the only type of snowman we will see all winter is a plastic one. We don't want to see any snow. I'm banking on a mild winter, a rainy winter with maybe some snow or very little or maybe no snow here in the Pacific Northwest, or at least out on the islands. But then again, I could be completely wrong. I don't really read the Farmer's Almanac that much. When I did last time, it was just for the fun of it. But I think we're supposed to be getting a milder winter here in the North Pacific. So we're just going to have to wait and see, right? I don't like snow. You know why I don't like snow, piece of me? Because it just bends and it breaks things in the garden. But you know what? One good thing, now I'm retired. I am officially retired, and I do not have to get up in the morning, drive to work in the snow, or work in the snow. Now I can actually sit here by a fireplace, nice and toasty, warm in the house, and probably not have to go outside in it. And if I want to talk on my free band, my radio here, I can talk on my radio. If I want to do a live stream, I can do a live stream. If I want to shoot a YouTube video of the snow, I'll go and shoot a YouTube video of the snow. There's no planning involved. Today I went hiking. I went hiking deep into the forest, and I shot some videos up into the forest. It was kind of cool, and I had a fun time up there with the little dog. He kind of freaked out when he heard something quite a ways from me in the forest, and whatever it was, I don't know, but it freaked him out and he started barking. So you can see it on Jungle Joe C. That is really good eggnog. But I mean, I would like it just as much without this Sailor Jerry's rum in it. So if you've ever tried a Sailor Jerry's rum, you know what I'm talking about. It's quite cinnamony, spicy, cinnamony, really good rum. But yeah, it is pretty strong. And for those of you who don't know who Sailor Jerry is, he was a tattoo artist that lived in Honolulu back in the day, back in the 1920s. And he tattooed people. And actually, Wendy and I have been into his tattoo shop. And I do actually have videos of it either here or on my other YouTube channel It's called Old Ironside Tattoo. And we were there. We met the new owners. It's pretty cool. It's on Hotel Street in Honolulu, the Chinatown in Honolulu. Very, very rough place back in the day. There's still a bullet hole in the door, in the glass. And I said to the guy, I asked him, I said, is that a bullet hole? He says, yeah, that is a bullet hole from back in the day. So it was a pretty rough place, Honolulu, back in the day. Lots of prostitution, lots of sailors, lots of tattooing, and lots of tomfoolery, right? It's a nice way of saying it, right? Hooliganism. Anyway, guys, you take care. I've got Pure Flipper, a year-old seedlings outside. They're very susceptible to Botrytis, okay? That's the problem with Flipper. Very, very susceptible to it. It's like when I grew Jacaranda mimosifolia, I put a bunch of them outside. They were pretty much dead before the winter come from the cool, damp weather. They got that fuzzy mold on them. That is the worst killing mold for young palm trees. That's what you don't want in your greenhouse. So that's why I have the vents open, fans going 24/7. I have Washingtonia robusta outside right now in a flat, and I'll keep it out as long as I can. So you probably spray it with hydrogen peroxide, but that is called Botrytis, and that is a bad mold, man, because once it gets into the center spear, it will go right down, and it will kill the palm tree. It spreads. So you might want to spray it with some hydrogen peroxide. Is it in the ground? Your old seed outside under cover. Okay. Yeah, that's a bad fungus there, piece of me. So mold. Yeah, you want to spray it with something. And if you can bring the pot inside where it's dry, then it's not going to spread anymore. But because the moisture, there's so much humidity in the air right now, it's going to spread it around. What is the humidity right now? Well, that's saying 41%, which is a bunch of crap, but that is close to the house. We know it's more than 41%. It's quite humid. Oh, they're in pots. Okay, they're in tree pots. So tall tree pots. Yeah, if you could bring it in somewhere dry, maybe into a garage or something like that, it might be happier. But leaving it outside because you guys get dampness like we get because you're in the Pacific Northwest, Flifera are the worst for this climate. You know, they're very hardy in colder, drier climates. You get into St. George, Utah, Alamogordo, New Mexico, and so on and so on. Yeah, they can handle the cold, but it's dry. Hey, Joe, congrats. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, Don, I'm enjoying it. I've been off work for about a month now, and it's really lots of fun. I think they're a waste of time to grow. They're a waste of time. They're a total waste of time. Humidity is, it's you better to grow Washingtonia robusta. Even though they're less hardy, they are actually better to stand up to the humidity and moisture. Because if you go to Brookings, Oregon, there are big Washingtonia robusta, and they get over 80 inches of precipitation annually. And also another good one to try is Brahia edulis, because I know of some nice ones on our coast. Brian, my friend Brian in Tofino, has a beautiful one in his garden. And I got another friend, Brian, that lives near Vancouver with, I think he's got 3 of them in his garden. He's got 3 Brahia edulis, and they're big. The trunk is probably just about as tall as me now on the biggest one. And it's been there a long time. I'm going to say probably close to 20 years. I bet you 20 years. He probably planted it in 2000 or 2001, which is pretty cool. So you can see I do have videos of here. Oh, I'm going to be going out there shortly. So I'm going to try to stop by Brian's place and see if I can get some videos if he's home. If he's not home, I'm not going to bother him. But if he's home, maybe he'll let me shoot some videos. He's got a big Trachycarpus latisectus. He has Trachycarpus wagnerianus, big butia, lots of trachys. He's got a beautiful sago palm in front of his house, Cycas revoluta. Big one, big trunk, and a massive date palm. He's got the biggest Phoenix canariensis on our coast. He planted it 20 years ago. Massive. Trunk is about as tall as me, and why you can't get your arms around it. I really want to try B-Edge. I had one outside for a decade, and it died in 2008, December 2008. And then Larry Cole, he was a palm guy. He dropped off 2 massive crated Brahia edulis palms, and he said, Joe, try them out here for the winter and see how they do. But I left them in the crates, and he made this weird teepee thing with bamboo and a tarp. So I put the 2 crates together, and I put the bamboo teepee over top of them, so it was open all the way around, just to keep them dry. He says, keep them dry, don't heat them, and see. And they went through, not a problem at all. They were totally fine. So Guadalupe palm, which is Botrytis, is a very hardy palm that should be tried more in sheltered belts, best microclimates of the North Pacific. So, like I say, Brian over in Tofino has one. He's also got Phoenix canariensis. He's got Butias. He's got a lot of stuff growing there, and they're just thriving. Tofino's a bit milder than here in the winter. Unfortunately, ours died. And I had also Brahia clara, and it died. David's in there. Cool. David, awesome. Good to see you in there, man. And hang loose. And David's, I always love David because he comes in really quick, and he leaves really quick too. So David in Australia, good to see you in there, man. I just uploaded a video on eucalyptus trees just for you, David. So yesterday I uploaded a video of eucalyptus trees. I think it was yesterday or today. And check it out. We had some tall eucalyptus trees on Salt Spring Island, right? So some nice ones. These were white gum or mountain gum or Eucalyptus delaripliana. And it was the best thing I ever did, or Wendy did, getting ours cut down, because the palm trees around them are growing much faster now. Those big eucalyptus trees suck the flipping life out of everything. So after they were cut down, the palms started growing faster, and I fertilized the palms, and they're just happy campers. They are happy Trachycarpus palms, and they absolutely love this weather. Got 2 Australian tree ferns out there right now under the palms, but they're in 2-gallon pots. They look good. And when you scavenge the alien, I figured you're not still. Yeah, no, well, we were planning on going to Costa Rica, but we cannot get out of Canada right now. That's the problem. And also, we are still in the immigration process, and we do collect driftwood. We have a lot of driftwood around our garden, but Don, we are still going through the immigration process. So you're going spastic. Okay, buddy, I'm out at Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday there. Okay, it's Friday night, 5:49 p.m. Friday night here. Have a good one, Dave. So Don, what we're waiting for is our marriage certificate to come back from Honolulu, which is getting apostolized there. And we're also waiting for the first statement of my pension. So the pension plan sends me a statement of how much I'm making each month. And that's not going to come till about the 3rd week of December. And that has to be taken to the notary public lawyer and stamped as well, notarized. So there's always a lot of paperwork to be done. So that's why we're still here. And our house isn't for sale yet. We're certainly not going to sell the house. She was thinking on doing it. I said, don't. We can't sell the house if we don't have any place to go. So if we sold the house, we'd be like homeless. And this is actually a really nice place to live. We have a really nice house and a really cool garden. And I can't really live anywhere else right now unless it's going to be tropical. So we're just going to hang in there and see what happens. And right now we can't leave Canada anyway, even if we got the stamp of approval, because Wendy and I don't have the special medicine, we cannot leave Canada. That's the rules that our dictator, Trudeau, put into place. So if you do not have the special medicine, you cannot leave. Yeah, no, I don't want to sell right yet. We're just going to hang out here for a bit. And I mean, houses are selling really quick on Salt Spring Island, and we can get really good money for this place. But you know what? It's best to stay put and see what happens. Love you. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Don. Yeah, no, it's we like it here too, and it's been a process making it, like over 3 decades. We've been gardening here. Wendy came into the picture 10 years ago and made it even better, right? So I was just more into the palms, and Wendy's added more pathways and trails and landscaping and flowers and this and that and the other. Wendy's got a good eye for that stuff. I really don't have a good eye for that. I just put crap here and there and everywhere, like palms. No planning involved. But Wendy kind of looks at stuff because she's an artist, right? So we put concrete stairs in the front. It looks nice, like brick stairs and fencing. We fenced off the place to keep the deer out. It's much better that Wendy's here. Trust me. It looks 10 times better. And it's a big garden. We have a huge exotic garden here. It takes a long time to actually look for a garden. When you come to for a garden tour here, it'd take you a good hour to come through our garden. That's how many plants are in the garden. So anyway, thanks, Don. We like it here too, and we'll be hanging around for a bit until further notice. Once things change and maybe we can get out of the country, well, then we can sell the house. But in the meantime, we're still going through the immigration process. once we get the stamp of approval, things can happen. Oh, Phoenix Theoprasti. Robolini I tried years ago. No good here. Phoenix Theoprasti from Crete, Turkey, we tried. Did you go to Cook? No, I went to Manoa Steves. I went to Manoa Steves Elementary School from grade 1 to the beginning of grade 7. And then I also went to kindergarten at Minaroo. I went to a kindergarten at Minaroo. Toby, is the process of trying to... Oh, good. Okay, because I don't want the special medicine and Wendy doesn't. So if they brought it in, Toby, we would not go there. We'd go to Mexico. Our second choice is Mexico. So if they brought in all of this crap that they're doing here, if they bring it into Costa Rica, then we're going to wipe that off the list. So, but then second choice is Mexico. I'm thinking the Phoenix. I tried it years ago, and I've grown them as houseplants, Phoenix Robelini, dwarf date, pygmy palm, whatever. And it did die the first winter. It did not like the cold. Phoenix Theoprasti, one of our Palm Society members, imported one back in the late 1980s, Richard Wu. I was at his place. He showed it to me, and it died actually the first winter in Vancouver. It was a colder one, and it died. I'm from the 60s. Okay, I went to school. I started grade 1 there in 1970. Okay, so I'm 57, Don. I'm 57 years old, and when I moved to Richmond in 1968, I moved from Vancouver to Williams and Railway. So our house was on Williams near Railway. And then Mom and Dad built a new house near the dikes, closer to the dikes on Williams and 2nd Avenue. And actually out of my back window, my bedroom window, I could see Manoa Steve's school. So we lived by Manoa townhouses, Manoa Village, I guess you called it townhouses. And so I used to ride my bike to school every day or skateboard. And so I went to Manoa Steve's from 1970 to 1976. And then in early 1976, when I just got into grade 7, I was September, October. So I went till just about the end of October in Manoa Steves, and then I left and we moved to the southwest corner of Langley. And then I went to Glenwood Elementary and I went to high school and stuff out in Langley. And then we moved here. I've been here for about 30 years now in Salt Spring. It just goes to show you, Dawn, how fast time flies. But I used to hang out in Steveston. I used to take judo and karate right in Steveston at the dojo there. And my cousin's restaurant, Ken, was on Steveston Highway in one road. I think it's Steveston in one road. It was Pappy's restaurant, Italian restaurant, was Ken Iasi. That's my cousin, one of my cousins. And he had Pappy's there for years. Really good Italian food. And actually, Ken came to visit me a couple of months ago. Really nice guy. And he does a lot of cooking. He's a really good chef. And he goes down to Columbia a lot and cooks. And he even cooks for the president of Columbia. He's got a condo down in Columbia. He says, Joe, anytime we want to use his condo, we can go down there. Well, unfortunately, I can't leave Canada right now. So maybe when things change, I can go down to Columbia. And he says, no charge. We can stay in his condo, which is cool. Ken's an awesome guy. But anyway, you probably remember Pappy's restaurant in Richmond if you grew up in Richmond. And it wasn't there years ago, but it's been there for quite a few years in the later years, in the 2000s, right? Yeah, so I don't know how old you are, Dawn. I'm 57, so I don't know if we're the same age or what. Maybe if you're in Richmond in the late 60s. I moved to Richmond in 1968. Okay, 1968, I moved to Richmond when I was just over 4.5 years old from, I guess, South Vancouver. I was born in Vancouver, born in the Grace Hospital. So Mom and Dad wanted a hobby farm. So there we went to Richmond, got some pheasants, got some chickens. People around us had horses. Richmond was a very farmy place, very, very rural. And then it changed, man. It's all subdivided now. It's quite a shame. I think our guests have arrived. We got B&B guests checking in. B&B guests checking in, and they're actually relatives of ours, and Wendy's relative, sister-in-law. Rich, hi, 78, 1978. Oh, you graduated 78. Okay, so you're a little older than me. Mine was around 1982. So 4 years. Wendy graduated in 77 from North Delta Senior Secondary. So Wendy is 61. Wendy's birthday is going to be on December 6th. She's going to be 62. Wendy's going to be the big 6'2". My birthday's not till next year, March. My birthday's March 29th. I'll be 58. And then I'm almost looking forward to 60 so I can collect a pension. I get a CPP. Right now I'm getting a government pension, my municipal pension. but I'll get a perk. Once I turn 60, I get the Canada pension plan, unless Trudeau takes it away from us. Hopefully he doesn't. I'm hoping my sister-in-law comes in here and says hi. I call her my sister-in-law. It's actually Wendy's sister-in-law. See, Wendy is my second wife. I was married before to another lady named Hillary. We're still best friends, and we had 3 kids together, and Wendy and I have been together for like about a decade. Our 6th wedding anniversary. Is it our 6th? No way. There's no way. Couldn't be. It's our 6th wedding anniversary is coming up. I cannot believe it. We've been married 6 years. That is absolutely insane. I was married over 26 years the first time around. I'm just giving a little bit of information. First time around, I was married over 26 years. Wendy and I have been, this will be our 6th, November 30th. That's coming up. I better get her something. What should I get Wendy? She's not much into flowers like roses. She don't like roses, but I always buy Wendy flowers year round. Maybe I'll get her a live. Maybe I'll get her a plant. Tell her Mr. Mike's was awesome. Oh, yeah. Wendy used to work at Mr. Mike's. And you know what, Don? We used to go to the Mr. Mike's on Granville, South Granville. Mom and Dad used to take us. We used to go there for dinner. Mr. Mike's charbroiled steak burger. And we'd drive there from Richmond, of course. And it was fun. It was so much fun, Mr. Mike's, and good food. So Wendy and I actually went to Mr. Mike's over in Duncan on Vancouver Island because we live on Salt Spring Island. So we go to Duncan. There's a Mr. Mike's in Duncan by the Thrifties Foods. And, it's so weird. When I had that burger, it brought back memories. The first bite I took into that, they got this special burger sauce they put on it. And it's like, it brought me back to like 1974, 75. Westminster Highway. Was it on Westminster Highway? I used to go to Shakey's Pizza in Richmond. When it was my birthday and my friend's birthday, we used to go to Shakey's Pizza. Was that on Westminster Highway too? Do you remember Shakey's Pizza? Number 3 road, there was the first McDonald's. So we used to go to the McDonald's when it was kind of just a takeout back in the late 1960s and through the early 70s. So I'm trying to think where Mr. Mike's was. That's so weird. I don't remember Mr. Mike's in Richmond. I remember a Kentucky Fried Chicken down there because when we'd come back from the Sunshine Coast, because Mom and Dad had property beside Yokohama's. Really? When was that, back in the 70s? Son of a gun. Like, I remember Shakey's Pizza, and I remember going to Kentucky Fried Chicken. KFC was down and around that area. And then where the McDonald's is on number 3 road. You probably know where Minoru is. We used to skate at the skating rink. There was a movie theater near there. We used to go to the movie theater. There's also a police station near there. And then we used to go to Richmond Square. Back in the day, we'd go to Richmond Square. And I haven't been to Richmond Square for years. And years ago, there used to be a racetrack, a horse racing track at Lansdowne. I remember it was a racing track for horses. And then I think around 1977 or 78, they made it into a Lansdowne shopping mall. And I bought there was actually before Lansdowne in 1974, there was a place called Collegiate Sports back, I think it was on number 3 road. And you know what? I bought this. I'm going to show you something, Don. Back in 1974, I bought this Shakey's and Tom's House of Pizza. Yeah. There was a Pizza Hut down there too, wasn't there? So you see this skateboard, this Cal 240. I bought this at Collegiate Sports, and it's autographed by a famous skateboarder right there. She stayed at our place. That's Paddy Mcgee. I bought this skateboard at Collegiate Sports, and I think it was on number 3 road. You probably know better than me. I think it was number 3 road. And I took the bus down there. We used to take the bus. I would have been 10 years old, and I saved up my allowance, and I bought this. So Cowabunga. Isn't that cool? There's my original skateboard right there. So I used to skateboard with this to Manoa Steve's school. When I wasn't riding my bike, I was skateboarding, man. I was skateboarding. So anyway, I got Paddy Mcgee. You can see her YouTube videos. Very famous. She was on the cover of Time Life magazine in 1965. This woman was the first professional skateboarder, women's skateboarder in the States. So grew up in California, I think, Southern California, where skateboarding began. So that is a little bit of Richmond history right there. Lulu Island, we used to call it. And it's got the original universal grabbers on it. Dad used to give me powdered graphite to put into those wheels so you can actually see the bearings in these wheels. Isn't that cool? So that skateboard's going on 48 years old now. And I had a lot of fun on that skateboard. And I got 2 other skateboards that look like that down in the basement. That of that same style, and I have about probably 20 skateboards of different types. I used to be a skateboarder. So there you go. And you know what? I had a good time in Richmond. Richmond, always good memories. I loved Richmond, Lulu Island. You know what? Don, in Richmond, Mom used to take us blueberry picking. I think it was out by like number 5 or 6 road or something. So there was blueberry farms out there, but a lot of them seemed to be growing wild. And we used to pick these blueberries out there. You go down these sawdust roads, blueberries. I got lots of stuff here, man. I'm a collector. But, you know, I got rid of a lot of stuff. I kind of became more of a minimalist. So I sold my album collection about a month ago to a guy. I had about 700 albums, LPs, and then I had 45s on top of that. And I threw in my concert programs. I gave my daughter, she came last week, I gave her most of my concert shirts. I had about 30 concert shirts. I'm a collector. Gave my youngest son all my pipes, you know, because I used to smoke some of that stuff. I gave him all the pipes. I had about probably maybe 35 pipes. And I got the original one, though. My dad gave me this as an ornament back probably about 1971. So I can look at pictures of myself when I was a little kid. And this is I was sitting on the windowsill, this little water pipe here. But I had 2 other ones, newer ones that I gave. I bought in Gastown 40 years ago. Gave away to my son. Anyway, Richmond, good memories, man. Very good memories. So my man cave here is just a little more cleaned out now because I got rid of all my CDs too. I'm going to keep my palm books. I got my palm books here. So if we end up moving to Costa Rica, I will take them. And I will always keep my radios. This is my radio room. That's most important to me is my radios because I love to broadcast, right? Concert shirts are very cool. Yeah, they are. I know. You should have seen some of the ones I had. Rolling Stones, Kinks, Deep Purple, and it goes on. And old MTV shirts, too, from the early 1980s when they first started. Police, I had tons of them. Buy her an axe every year. She started shopping. Yeah, there you go. Buy her an axe. Cool. You know what, Dave? These are wasabi. These chips are wasabi. They're good. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 axes. Dave, I have 5 axes. So I won't be getting her an axe, but I will get her something. And maybe a live plant. I think a live plant I'll get her because Wendy really likes live plants. She's not, like I said, she does not like, you know, some women love roses. Wendy doesn't really like cut roses. She thinks they're a waste of money. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, but I forgot. That's what happens when you're 57 years old. So, Dave, that's how I split all our firewood here because I split a lot of firewood every year. This year, I split a few cords of wood. We're heating our house right now with eucalyptus. We had a lot of eucalyptus trees cut down in early February 12th, 2021. We had our 100-foot eucalyptus trees cut down. That was a lot of wood splitting. So our wood sheds are full of eucalyptus, Douglas fir. And trust me, I got a really good axe. And I love splitting wood, man. It's awesome. It's good exercise. That's the way I see it. So we heat our house only with wood. We do not put on the electric heat. Now that I'm a pensioner, I'm on a tighter budget. So I can't buy as many things. So definitely not going to be turning on the electric heat. So my wage has been cut in half. Honestly, my wage is actually cut in half now that I'm a pensioner. Okay, later, Gator. It's on the way. And you got some roses in there too. You take care, buddy. Good to see you in there, Dave. One day, maybe we're going to meet. Dave, one day we're going to meet. We're going to definitely meet. And we'll throw some shrimp on the Barbie, right? And maybe have some Foster's Lager. Do you like Foster's Lager? Remember Crocodile Dundee? Foster's Lager. I used to fly Qantas to Hawaii. I've flown Qantas 4 times now. 4 times I've flown Qantas. Twice to Hawaii and twice back, right? So they always supplied free beer. And it was always like, there's 2 types of this Australian beer they'd give us. Foster's and another one. It had some X's on it, I think. I'm pretty sure it had X's on it. But maybe it was Triple X or whatever, but there was Australian beer. Qantas was one of the best airlines I've ever flown. The people on there were nice. We love the Aussies. Canadians love the Aussies. And the food, they'd feed you. That was back in the day. Qantas was amazing. And I haven't flown them for years. I was back in the 1980s. I'm listening. You know what? I heard that too, Don. I heard that too. And I'm not a beer connoisseur. I don't know a lot about beer. I drink it once in a blue moon. I'm not a big beer expert, but I've heard that as well. Like the Foster's is crap. Foster's Lager is, I heard it's crap. And to me, it just tastes like beer because I'm not a beer connoisseur. It's like wine. You could pour a $5,000 bottle of wine and a $5 bottle of wine. And me, I'd probably like the $5 bottle of wine more than the $5,000 bottle of wine. That's who I am. I'm not an expert on wine or any booze or any beer. If it's a hot day in the summertime and somebody gives me a Foster's, yeah, I'll drink it. But I'm not even a big beer drinker. But you know what? I do like these wasabi chips. I like wasabi. Hey, Don, do you like sushi? I love sushi. Got sushi 2 days ago for lunch. Sushi I love. And I like to spread wasabi on it like butter. And it just gives you this really good burning nose sensation for a little bit. And then it goes away. Those are good. So tonight, Wendy is making fish tacos. We're having fish tacos for dinner. Hey, Don, do you remember the sand dunes in Steveston? Damn straight. Yeah, right on. Do you like, hey, Don, do you know the sand dunes? Do you remember the sand dunes in Richmond, which now I think it's called Gary Point? We used to hang out at those sand dunes when we were kids, sometimes ride our mini bikes there, but I used to go down to the river there and fish for chum salmon. And I could ride my bike from my house on 2nd Avenue in Williams. It didn't take very long. I didn't live very far from the sand dunes, really. It wasn't a very long bike ride. And I used to ride to Steveston a lot from where I lived. And we used to go to the 7-Eleven. It would have been on number 3 road. And I'm trying to think of the crossroad as you went towards Steveston. And there was also a Dairy Queen in there. There's this complex in there. Huge piles back. Yeah, that's right. Huge piles of sand. We used to hang out there. I think it's from the stuff they dredged out of the river. Right? So back in the day, on the way to Steveston, so you're driving down number 3 road, heading towards Steveston. There was a 7-Eleven on the right. And then there's another complex across, I think, from 7-Eleven. And there was a hobby shop in there and a Dairy Queen. Do you remember that place, that complex? And then further along, as you get closer to Steveston, there used to be an old grocery store on the right-hand side. Yeah, dredged. Dawn, when did you move to Richmond? When did you move? Like I say, we moved there in 1968. 53 years ago. It was October 1968. I was just over 4.5 years old. Hello, William. Good to see you in there. It's always nice to have you guys in there. So I'm going to tell you about the contest. The contest I'm having, sorry, I'm digesting wasabi chips. The contest I'm having is once I reach 31,000K or 31,000 subscribers, 31K on this channel, it's getting close to 31,000 subscribers. You grew up from birth. Cool. That's awesome. Right on. Good for you. I remember Hugh Boyd. You remember Hugh Boyd in Seafair Shopping Center at number 1 road? Hugh Boyd was on number 1 road. And then there was Steveston Senior Secondary farther along, but up. I think that might have been on 2. Was that on 2 road? Steveston Senior Secondary, or even farther up than that. But Hugh Boyd Junior Secondary was on 1 road. Anyway, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. So keep an eye on this channel and watch my views. Okay, watch the subscribers. Once I hit 31,000 subscribers, I'm going to post a video. The first video of that day, the first person that comments on that video will win some palm seedlings. Okay, I will ship you some palm seedlings. Okay, you went to Hugh Boyd and James Gilmer. Okay, cool. Yeah, Hugh Boyd. Right on. That's cool. Yeah, I know Hugh Boyd well. I never went there though. Like I only went to elementary school there. Cool. So Dawn, do you still live in Richmond? And if you do, that's pretty awesome. I loved Richmond. And like I say, back in the day, we used to call it Lulu Island. You know, when I was a kid, people graduated from there. So when I was a kid, people used to duck hunt out on the dikes, out in the marsh, and you'd hear gunshot going off, shotguns. And we used to play out there, out on the dikes in the marsh. And sometimes you'd find the odd dead duck. But I wonder if people still duck hunt out in that marsh. Do you think? Oh, you inherited the family home. Oh, you're lucky, man. You're so lucky. I wish I would inherit something. I haven't inherited anything. I still got to pay this place off. I would have inherited something, and my mom and dad would have left it to me, but my sister took it all. She's like, I have the evil sister from hell, unfortunately. So she took it all. I tried fighting her for 3 years, spent $50,000, $60,000, and I gave up on it this past just September. The court wanted another $26,000. I says, you know what? It's not worth it to me. I'm done. It put me farther into debt. So you know what? Forget it. She took it all. Just really greedy. No, the hunting is done. Okay. Sometimes we'd find dead ducks out there. And one time we found an abandoned boat out there. We used to hang out in this boat when we were kids. I love Japanese food, sushi, especially wabi. So anyway, from Richmond, I moved to southwest corner of Langley. And I lived there for more than 16 and a half years. Over 16 and a half years I lived in the southwest corner of Langley. And then I moved to Salt Spring Island. So I've been to Salt Spring Island a long time. And no turning back, because I do like the island life. I'm making a mess too. He's going to kill me. You know what, guys? Island life is absolutely awesome. You would love Salt Spring Island. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been to Salt Spring Island, but it is a beautiful island. It's one of the best climates in Canada. We have a Mediterranean-like climate here, which is absolutely amazing because the Gulf Islands are actually in a rain shadow. So we get a lot less rain than the mainland, right? And a lot of people don't know that. So it's a very interesting place to live. Beautiful flora, and we have some nice fauna here. I'm going to ruin my dinner. Wendy's making good fish tacos. I think I'll go to about an hour, and then I'll call her a day. I have a house on Whidbey. Oh, cool. Cool, Whidbey Island. Nice. I listen to a radio station, KISM 92.9, Bellingham. And the DJs, Brad and John, have a segment on there called Whidbey Island 911. They're the most hilarious 911 calls you will ever hear. So they also have a segment, So I Can't Believe It's News, which is crazy things that happen all over, and they talk about it. But Whidbey Island 911 is the most hilarious thing. These are people that call in about the stupidest 911 calls. The deer ought to go. Oh, yeah, no, I haven't seen any deer here for a while. We have deer here, but you know what? I haven't seen any for a while, which is really strange. I'm stuffing my face, people. Sorry. So I was in the forest today. I didn't see one deer. Dawn, I worked at a big nursery here for 10 years, gardener for the Parks Department for 19 years. So I did learn a lot from that, but I'm also in the Palm and Exotic Plant Society. I've been in the Palm and Exotic Plant Society since the 1980s, and I've always been interested in exotic plants. So hanging out with real experts, you kind of pick up on some of these things. So we're going to say I'm self-taught. I've read a lot of books. I've also read a ton of books on gardening, Latin names. It's funny, I can't really remember what I did yesterday, but I can remember a lot of Latin names of plants, which is kind of weird. And it kind of boggles my mind how I can remember that stuff, and I can't remember what I did yesterday. I'm still trying to think what I did yesterday. But, I read Hortus 3, Western Garden Encyclopedia, which is a good one. This is a nice one here. That's a really good book right there. I think most nurseries have that one. And where's my Hortus? I do have Hortus 3 too. I got Exotica. I got a lot of books here. So because I like plants so much, it just sticks in my mind and I can remember things like that. So, but yeah, Dawn, I was a gardener for the Parks Department here on Salt Spring for 19 years, for a long time. So you learn a lot from just working with plants. Loves any nice land. I love land. I like all landscapes, and especially, well, if you ever come to Salt Spring Island, come and visit our garden because you will probably be blown away when you see what we grow. The videos don't do it any justice. You actually got to walk through our gardens, and they're big gardens, big gardens. And not only that, we have the forest in the back, so you can walk through the forest. You can see a lot of cool stuff too, right? So, Dawn, like I say, if you're ever on Salt Spring Island, look us up, and I'll give you a garden tour, and I'll send you home with some palm seedlings. Because you know what? There's some nice palm trees in Richmond. Matter of fact, my friend Gerard Peary, the late great Gerard Peary, did a landscape at Pacific Grove Plaza, and it used to be by Kemi Sushi. You know Kemi Sushi? Off of the 99 highway. So there was a complex there called Pacific Grove Plaza. And in 1988, he landscaped the entire plaza with palm trees. And those palms are still there today. So check it out when you're out at Pacific Grove Plaza. They might have changed the name of the plaza, but there are palm trees there. So if you remember where Kemi Sushi was, it was on the right-hand side as you approach the Oak Street Bridge. There were some buildings there, Pacific Grove Plaza on the side of the 99. Very impressed. Oh, thanks a lot, man. So this channel it pertains to palm trees and exotic gardening, so people can hopefully learn a little bit what grows in this climate and kind of milk the climate for all it's worth. My other channel, Jungle Joe C, is more like random stuff, but there's gardening stuff on there too. But there's a lot more random stuff. And Wendy's channel, Gulf Island Rock, is more random stuff too, but there's a lot of gardening stuff. What I was going to say, remember, December 3rd, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, watch the History Channel. The proof is out there. The show is called, they're going to be using one of Wendy's YouTube videos. One of Wendy's YouTube videos is going to be on that channel, on the History Channel. They just contacted her a couple days ago and paid her, sending her money for her video, which is good. So check it out. It's a Bigfoot video. You'll like it. It's fun. Dawn, I just do this for a hobby. This is one of my many hobbies. I like to be YouTubing. I like to do the live stream so I can interact with you people. I wish I could actually hear you talking. I see all your comments here and everything, which is awesome, but it'd be better if it was kind of like a Zoom and you could see everybody in there that's on this channel. Likes the collab for the Salish Sea. The Salish Sea. Yeah, I guess the Salish Sea is what? Strait of Georgia, right? Yeah. Orcas. Lots of orcas around here. Lots of dolphins. There's white-sided dolphins, and there's Dall's porpoise here around the southern Gulf Islands, right? I'm just about finished these. Dawn, I'm just about finished these snacks. I'm going to have to get some more. I'm going to have to get some more sushi chips. So, lots of orcas around here. Hey, Dawn, I was going to ask you something. We have Juan de Fuca, Harrow Strait, Puget Sound. So Puget Sound is by Seattle. Juan de Fuca comes in right in front of Victoria. Oh, you saw the carving. Oh, cool. Maybe that'll be floating around in the Salish Sea. I did the beach carving. I do a lot of tikis. And we ship those tikis all over. But that'll be interesting when the high tide comes up. And maybe it'll take that tiki away. And it's going to float it around. And maybe it'll float over to where Pisami is and end up on Whidbey Island. Wouldn't that be something? The driftwood tiki ends up on Whidbey Island. I think Whidbey Island is over by Seattle. No, Seattle's not that far from Salt Spring Island, as the crow flies, right? There you go. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to talk too much longer on here because I'm going to go down and have some fish tacos. Wendy's made fish tacos. Walk through the debris. Oh, yeah, right. The sea can ship. Exactly. Well, hello, Mario. Good to see you in there. Mario Gatte. That sounds Italian. I think a bunch of it washed up on the west side of Vancouver Island up at Cape Scott there, Don. That's what I thought. Like we can see the San Juans from Salt Spring Island. You know that? We can actually see the San Juans. Could you imagine if it showed up in Japan, William? Could you imagine that? So first of all, it would actually have to float out the kiss the babies and their blast off. More people are coming in now. We're gonna have some more of these chips. Mike's in there. So could you imagine the tiki would have to float around Salt Spring, out the Juan de Fuca, into the open Pacific Ocean, and get taken away by the offshore Japan current, or maybe it ends up in the North Pacific current, right? But it could end up somewhere. Can you imagine if it ended up in Hawaii? That would be kind of cool, wouldn't that? You know, I've thrown a couple of messages in bottles into the ocean. I did one in Hawaii a couple of years ago, and who knows where that thing's going to be floating around to. I have chips. These are good chips too. Oh, these are such good chips. I'm liking these. Oh, now they're empty. It is possible, William. It is definitely possible. So you guys keep your eyes open for a tiki that may land on a beach near you. That was a big one. So originally, I brought my chainsaw down there to carve a tiki at that funky beach hut, that driftwood beach hut for a guy. And I met the guy. You probably see him in my video. And I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll carve you a tiki on the beach hut. So I carved him a tiki on the beach hut. He wasn't there. It was just Cinnamon Girl and I. And on the way back, I said, you know what? I might have enough gas in this chainsaw to carve another tiki. So I carved a huge piece of driftwood into a tiki. And I put a pineapple on it, and I put SSI. Not everybody knows what SSI is. You guys know what SSI is, Salt Spring Island. So what we need is a high tide. High tide's going to come in and going to float that tiki, and it's going to take it away somewhere. It's going to land. Maybe it'll land on another beach in the Gulf Islands. Maybe it'll land on Whidbey Island. Maybe it'll land on Lulu Island on one of the beaches. Who knows? There's not really a lot of beaches on Lulu Island, though. That's the thing. One side, most of it has river around it, and the other side has marsh. No, it's not really, but he has a lot of lawyer reading material in there, which is kind of weird. No, he's actually a musician, and he works at the local restaurant just up from that beach, right? So no, but he did have lawyer reading material in there, which was kind of strange, and that's I think what Wendy titled that on Gulf Island Rock, which is very interesting, isn't it? So his name is Chris, and I guess he likes to read law. Me, I don't like to read law. But anyway, the beach hut is pretty amazing because what happens, the tide comes right up and into the beach hut, and he showed me a video that his friend had shot with a high tide in the beach hut. And he's got that thing so well anchored, it's not going anywhere. Nice to meet you, Joe. Oh, thank you. Hey, Mario Gotti. Join, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned for daily uploads here, Mario. Good to have you in there, buddy. Good to have you in there. I think you must be a Paisan, huh? Paisano, you must be Italian. I'm Italian as well. So a lot of good people in New Jersey, the Garden State. We say New Jersey, right? Right on. Maybe some mafia out there too. I dropped a bottle off at sea and the man showed up. No way. No way. That is crazy. Okay, because I threw one off a Kihei on Maui 2 years ago, and I put a message in it, a picture, not a photo. I drew a picture of a palm tree, and I put a message in it, and I put my email address in it, and then I also threw one off of Salt Spring Island. The beach swing ghost. Wasn't that pretty crazy? The beach swing? That's at Drummond Park, Dawn, on the very south end. So Dawn, they also used that video in the History Channel on one of their shows. It was a paranormal show they had, and they used my video. They used my video on that show. So they contacted me. They said, if we use your video, we'll pay you for it. So did you see the one where there's static electricity? There's one where there's actually static electricity in the video. It's creepy. I'm watching the swing go, and it doesn't even show up when I'm videotaping until you play the thing back on the YouTube video. It's like, holy cow, that's crazy. I got to find that. If I find that for you. Is it ready? I got to find that for the beach swing. Let me find it for you, Don. Okay.
So my wife got me this weird new tool for Christmas.
Okay, Don, here's a link for you.
Kind of crazy. I didn't really understand what the benefits would be, but
there, I turned it off. So Don, there is a link for you to the video right there. Yes, Italian. So I'm Italian as well. You betcha. Matter of fact, yeah. So my family's from my dad's side of the family's from Reggio Calabria, Ardori, a town called Ardori in Reggio Calabria, Calabrese. So at the toe of the boot, there's the toe of the Italy boot, and there's Sicily right there. So they're looking at Sicily right there. There's where they live, and there's Sicily. So that's a mafiosa down there. So anyway, yeah. That's very cool, William, that your bottle ended up in Argentina. That's a long way from the Mediterranean. It must have taken years. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, there's lots of Italians in New Jersey, lots of Italians in New York, and there's lots of Italians in Vancouver. Take care. Oh, thanks, William. Hey, good to see you in there, man. Always good to have you guys in there. Thank you for joining in the live stream. And remember to check out the subscriber count on my channel, because once it hits 31,000, whoever is the first to comment on the first video I put on of that day will win some palm trees. All right. That'd be a better Argentina. Yeah, Argentina would be a good climate for sure. Definitely. Good climate. That's where Argentina. What grows in Argentina? Trithrinics. I think Trithrinics goes there. We had something similar in Cape May. Haunted Swing. Oh, really? Yeah, no, Cape May. That's on the East Coast, right? That Cape May is that New Jersey? Cape May, is that in the Garden State? We do have a lot of people that come in here from New Jersey that'll join in the live stream, right? And there are some palm growers over in New Jersey, some in Rhode Island. Cool. Haunted Swing. I have watched other videos on haunted swings. And if you watch my video, it's got the static in it. Oh, no, Italy. Oh, Italy, yeah, for sure. Italy's definitely a better climate, blast off, for sure. Especially where my side of the family comes from. My dad's side of the family, they're in southern Italy, and there's lots of palm trees. There are date palms, Washingtonia robusta, Mediterranean fan palms, trachys, Syagrus, you name it, and they're growing down there in southern Italy, right? Because it is mild. It's like San Diego. I think the climate's a lot like San Diego. Very, very nice. Very, very good climate. So unfortunately, no Syagrus here, but I do have a Syagrus cross. I have the hybrid that is still hanging in outside, and hopefully we'll make it through another winter. So I planted it in February 2018, and that palm is still growing. So stay tuned for a video. I got a date palm out there. I got a lot of date palms, but I got one in the ground. I put a nursery bucket over top of it, a black bucket. We'll see if it makes it. Yes, the southernmost point in New Jersey is Zone 8A. Yeah, so there are palms down in Zone 8A, because I have seen pictures and videos of palm trees in New Jersey. I've shipped a lot of my seed to New Jersey. I ship a lot of palm seed to New Jersey because I sell palm seed, ship it all over the world. So like I say, I've shipped to every state in the U.S., but a lot of palm seed has gone to New Jersey and New York. So we know there are palm trees out there for sure in the Garden State. There's lots of Italians in New Jersey too. I got to look at them. 10 of them. I haven't had time. I've been so busy. I was out all day today. And then this is my second live stream. I did a 20-minute live stream on Jungle Joe C, my other channel, this one, and I might do one on Wendy's channel after. We'll see if I got enough wind left in my lungs, but I didn't see all your videos because I've been so busy. Wendy and I were working outside, putting more lights on the palm trees, more Christmas lights on the palm trees. So I'll have to check them out. There's a few things I have to check out. Even though I'm retired now, I'm still busy. I'm still busy doing things, and that's good. It's good to keep busy when you're retired. And hopefully, I'm tired. In January, I'll be starting a part-time job working in a soap factory. If they want me, they're going to contact me. If they want me, I'll work in the soap factory, maybe, hopefully a couple days a week. That would be really good. Even a day a week is better than nothing. It's just kind of fun. It's just a fun thing to do to work in a soap factory. It's called Salt Spring Island Soap Works. And they've been making soap here on the island for a long time. So I would like to kind of work in that soap factory as a part-time job just to bring in extra income.